does.
That is what it does.
It does what it do. Therapy from us to you, receipts stacked up, breaking through. Lights are on, the session's live. Let's see what survives. Charts are blinking, numbers drop. Every fix just doesn't stop. They call it growth, we call it spin. Same old rot beneath the skin. They nod, they smile, they say it's fine. We check the pulse, it's flatline. It does what it do. It does what it do. From us to you. The industry's flatlining, nothing new. Same disease, different view. Who cares about treatment? Let it pass. Watch it stumble, watch it crash. We tried the cure, we gave the plan. They waved it off, said we understand. Rewrite the script, reframe the blame. Repackage failure, new name. Boardroom whispers, public face. Carefully staged, same old case. Every thread we pull apart leads right back to where they start. We tried to fix it.
They said we're good.
Now watch it do just what it was. It does what it do. It does what it do. Therapy from us to you. The industry's flatlining. Let it be. No more cure, no remedy. Who cares about treatment? Let it pass. Let it fade. Let it collapse. Monitors hum, lights go low. Same result we always know. Every warning, every sign, buried just to buy some time. No more charts, no more disguise. Just the truth beneath the lies. Sessions open, take a seat. This is where the endings meet. Does what it do.
The industry is not responding to treatment.
More therapy is required.
First of all, I want you two kids to know this is a safe space, okay? Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid. I sense there's an enabler here, but we'll get to that.
Previously on Gothic Therapy.
One of the Funko Pops got through my barricade and stole my chocolate. Right out of my hand!
Lost in time. Will our duo ever find their way back home? Or is Kim's plot successful and they're doomed forever to wander time with no way of getting home? Find out.
Meow, roar, hiss!
Burn the witch!
I was never here.
See, guys, there are no sharks in this old well. Oh God, Sinclair! Not this again!
I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
That does what it do. Screech! I will get you, my pretty, and your little crackers, too.
All right, listen up, you bunch of lost souls and weirdos. It's showtime. You want to survive in this world of pop culture chaos? Well, here's the secret. You got to hit that subscribe button over on Gothic Therapy's YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. Do it or I'll come knocking, and trust me, you don't want me as a house guest. Don't be shy. Whack that button like you're slamming the door of your in-laws. And hey, hit the bell too, or I'll be haunting your dreams. Catch you on the other side, baby.
In the heart of chaos where agendas collide, master of the TDS and Raven stand side by side. Exploring the madness, we uncover the proof. With sharp wit and insight, we're the voice of the truth. Welcome to Psycho-Synopsis, the dark side of the truth. Dive deep into the madness you cannot refute. Seekers of the Asylum, come free your mind. Crazy or not, let us be your guide. Diving into the shadows where secrets reside. We'll tear down the facade pop culture's villains can't hide. Wild theories and whispers in the dark. Join us on this journey, reignite the spark. So tune in and listen, let's spark the debate. With master in writing, Raven, your salvation awaits.
Welcome, seekers of the Asylum.
For those searching for salvation,
or embracing the insane,
you have come to the right place. Hello, everyone.
I'm still so upset.
I know. We'll get
Your
into it.
microphone's cut out a second.
Do I need to switch to the Blue Yeti?
No, now it's fine. I'm guessing you were just moving.
Probably. But yes, honey,
Well,
I know
stop
how you
doing that.
feel. I know how you feel. I feel the same, but we will have to get to it later.
I know. We'll get to it. I'm so disappointed in the movie, which is our main topic today. So we'll get to it and we'll explain more about why it disappoints me so much. But before we get into that, we have a couple things to cover. First up on the agenda, a notice for you all. We will not be streaming next week.
No, we will not.
No.
Do you want to tell them why?
We will be taking a long, much needed vacation. So we will not be streaming. But if any of you are going to the Thursday Vegas meetup, we will be there.
We intend to be there.
Yep. So we intend to be there. Pretty sure we're going to be there unless something out of the ordinary occurs, but that will be a place that we'll be. And we also are going to take a vacation, as I said, the week after. So we're not going to be, we're going to be taking a vacation, and then we'll be back for the last week of the Dark Ages. We do not have the animation as you saw today, but we will get it for next time. And then we'll be moving on to the far future. Ooh.
Unfortunately, not the Warhammer far future.
No, the future of Gothic therapy. What evil lurks in the future? Ooh. What? What?
Just look at a chat.
Okay. But yeah, so that's an important thing for you guys to know. Maybe I'll post like an image of us at the beach or gone fishing or something funny, just because reasons. But yes, other than that, I think we're pretty caught up, unless honey, do you want to tell them what our goal for the super chats is today, which is different from last week?
If tonight we get 20 super chats starting at $2 a piece, we will tell you guys how we met Star Wars Theory.
Yes, we not only got to meet Star Wars Theory this week, actually, we got to meet Anna, that Star Wars girl, as well, and a couple others we've already kind of known, which was kind of nice. It was kind of surprising because we didn't think it would get much like one-on-one time with Star Wars Theory, but we kind of did. So it was kind of nice.
Yeah, it was very.
For those of you,
honestly, it was the highlight of the evening. But we will go into more detail if we get 20 super chats. So give us your super chats.
Be nice.
That was me being nice.
Be nicer.
No, I don't want.
Be nicer for normal humans.
I don't wanna. Normal humans are boring. No offense.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to saying hi to the chat. I think that's pretty much it, right? We don't have anything else to go through?
I don't believe so, but the 10-minute timer is ready. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
All right, then. In 3, 2, 1, begin.
The great one is here, says diversity officer clocking in. Seeing that next week you are off, we should have 2 diversity clips today. One for the end of the show. Plus your favorite waffles from Master. I will consider your proposal.
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you, though.
It's not a bad idea.
If I remember. Griffin of Might said there's only one blade. There's only ever going to be one blade. Now let's all forget the blade. Let's all forget the blade series.
There was a blade series?
I feel like, was that a thing? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Hi everyone, Lime here. Just been doodling, though I have working on a carrot cake model in Polytoria. It's rough though. Okay. I'm not familiar with the game, but it sounds interesting.
All I will say is carrot muffins are better.
I will say the strangest thing I've been having recently is I've been having lots of people reach out to us via email or via DMs on Twitter, like giving us random keys to games and being like, "You should play our game." But it's like, we don't really review games that much.
Inviting us to join their critique websites.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind people inviting us for that
anymore.
I know, but honey, we don't know if any of them are watching, and we don't mean anything mean by it. They already know exactly why.
I know, I'm sorry.
Curb your hormones, woman.
That was the wrong thing to say.
Curb your hormones.
Why did you phrase it like that?
Because I was trying to make you stop. Did it work?
Yes.
Okay, then my problem, then it was solved. Dreadlock says, clocking in. You read this.
Clocking in, wee wah, clack, clunk, clip, clip, clip. Afternoon, sir. Do you know how fast you were going? Just received a Steam gift.
What do you mean a Steam gift?
Someone just gifted me something on Steam. I will look at it later, though.
Who gifted? Why does everybody gift you stuff?
I don't know.
Me, I get like, here, have a $2 game.
Honey,
like, I don't care.
My dear, it's probably because I'm a woman.
No, but it's funny. It's like me. Here, have this. Here, have this one game. Right? Okay, cool. And then it's like, for Raven, here, have. Oh, I apparently got a gift too. Oh,
thank
you. I got Dice with Death.
Is that something you actually wanted?
Yes, it's on my list. But I just think it's funny to be like, oh, have one game. And it's like, Raven, have the entire every Warhammer game in one bundle. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, someone did give me that, Punts. Give me a Warhammer bundle.
Okay, honey, this is a 3-parter, and you're going to have to read all of it, because I'm not doing it.
Fine. Vowels, no vowels, part 1. Did you ever wonder if the first therapist was actually a baker? People would go into his bakery and unload their problems, and he would feel so badly. He would say, I know how to cheer you up. There, a pie, and give them free pies. Those people would write to their friends and family about it, but since they could not write, well, they would write, if yous go see him, he will listen and say there a pie, and yous get a free pie. Has the term therapy. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Anyways, Asian Swordmasters is probably not going to do memes today, but I'll be around. That's fine.
It's
no
okay.
one has to
You
feel
are
obligated to do memes.
Yeah, you're not obligated at all, is what I was going to say.
Look, long story short, if we have memes, we go over memes. If we don't have memes, we do a shorter one and we move on. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Captain JPS says, clocking in. Yes, I want to go see Spider-Man. What year is this? Dark Ages, I think. Russ Williams says, hail all, clocking in. Proctor says, yeah, I went to see Brand New Day. Take from that what you will. You sound thrilled.
Yeah, you may agree with us after all.
Mermalade says, hey, everyone. Hope you all have had a fantastic weekend. It was fantastic until I watched a movie I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Clocking in, voting, and de-liking.
Voting and liking, he says. It's a typo.
It says de-like. Okay, hopefully I was like, okay, why are you like clocking in by liking and then unliking it? Whatever. Umbra Flame says, listen, the best adaptation of Spider-Man is the 1970s Tokusatsu Japanese Spooderman. Yeah, I like that. I think actually he does make a cameo in No Way Home at the end. I'm pretty sure, if I recall.
Or the animated movies of Spider-Verse.
I don't know. Artsword Doomrider says, clocking in the Goth ambulance is rolling with cookies and snuggle vests for everyone. It now has a chrome-plated puffer hood ornament. I will get you my pretty little crackers too.
I still like the Puffin Common one best.
Oliver Adams is clocking in. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
Eddie Valiant says clocking in.
Hello.
Y'all. Demolition 2 says 0 to 3 fishing today.
I'm guessing the fish, that means the fish won.
3M5000 says it's showtime. Jay Schultz says hello all. Have a safe night. You as well. Vice Admiral Deku of Mars says Deku clocking in. Lots of scary rumors out there from the U.S. getting age verification laws to Iran preparing preemptive strikes against the U.S., but that's okay. We're going to do a Gundam series. The age verification thing was something I just want to point out. The age verification thing was a thing that me and Raven made a video on towards the end.
If anyone remembers our AAA Armageddon video, it was about the age verification.
Every time someone brings it up like it's a thing, I'll be like, we talked about it already. We were the first people to mention it.
We brought it up months in advance, but did anyone listen to us? No, of course not, because why would you listen to Gothic Therapy?
Oh, no, they can listen to us. Just they don't like us. Skyfire says, clock in. Hello, all. Hello.
Hello.
J.O. Doris says, good evening. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Limitless Andre says, hail all. Happy Sunday. Clocking in for the night shift.
Hello. 3 minutes.
Jeff38 says, hi, how are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Morn Blades is clocking in. Greetings. Greetings to you.
Hi.
Reaper Knights is clocking in. How was your vacation? It's next week. Next week
is vacation.
Joel Jimenez is Spider-Man. Spidey rocks. Yes, I will give credit. That Tom Holland did a great job.
Yes. He is a good Peter Parker.
Scratch me out says we understand. Okay. The therapy couch sniffs the air hungrily. Chupacabra Bacon says, greetings, everyone. Did 4 raids, so I'm a little late tonight. Well, you're right on time. Archlord Dune Rider says, oh, my God, Star Wars theory. If you see his Vader Part 2, you must watch it if you haven't. Maybe that has something to do with how he met him.
Mm-hmm. Give us 20 super chats and we'll confirm.
Movie Talk Now says, glad to be able to make it tonight. Yeah, I know you've been...
Hello, sir.
Hello. He's been commenting and messaging me, telling me he's like missing it. It's like, I knew that would happen. Life happens.
Yeah, that is true.
Jimmy User Reviews, hope you guys have fun. That's the plan. Griffin invites his Blazers with short-lived TV series on Spike TV. Really?
Oh,
okay.
That's where I watched The Deadliest Warrior. Gave me a lot of good information about different forms of military.
Okay, let's see.
I love that.
I got something also. Okay.
I used to watch Deadliest Warrior with my brothers all the time. It was great.
I'm cooked. What did I do?
You made a hormones comment.
Never ask a woman or her weight or her hormone status unless you got to be a missing person on Dateline. If I go sleep on the couch, she gets mad at me. So
this is true.
Stash My Ash says, as someone who hated Avengers and gave up to rave reviews for everyone in my immediate vicinity, I will not be watching the new Spider-Man. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to watch it because we thought it would be good. And to be honest, there wasn't really any other topics that would be a good topic.
Yeah. Plus, everyone was talking about Spider-Man, so obviously we have to talk about it too.
Yeah. So we wanted to find something that would be a good a good headliner. And that's what we did.
But we will be going into spoilers as well.
Yeah, I think we caught everybody.
We still have 1 minute left.
Wait, is Wesley Snipes the villain for what?
No, he's the actor who played Blade in the live action movies.
Why listen to Gothic Therapy? They're just Jewish Gothic bakers.
I actually don't like baking. It's too messy. Flour gets everywhere, and I wear black for a living.
Okay, I think let's go to the super chats.
All right. Baked Buddhist for 2. Pennies for the plush fund. Thank you. Captain JPS for $2. Star Wars Theory is great.
Agree.
And Captain JPS for another 2. Good to see Star Wars Theory getting the success. I agree as well. And Captain JPS for another 2. Why can't Disney be like Star Wars Theory? Because Disney is creatively bankrupt and has no imagination or vision.
I'll tell you why.
Anything.
Let me summarize it easier. Disney doesn't have a passion. Star Wars Theory has passion, and that's what makes his projects better. The problem is Disney doesn't see passion as a way to make money, so they don't care. Like when they hire people to work on the franchises and tell them not to actually look at the source material, that's how you know they don't care about passion. They just want money.
Yep. And JPS for another $2. Someone could be helping me with this.
Getting this to the goal. Catherine Testbot says, "Why didn't like bacon? There's so many uses of chocolate in baking." Fair enough.
I have no patience for baking.
Not true. Disney has passion for agendas. No, they're soulless. They have no emotions.
And GS Wolfwood for 2. Here's one for producer Puffer. Screech.
I will get you your little super chats too.
Also, Demolition Dude, regarding your comments about flour washing off and glitter being art herpes. I went to a summer camp, a Jewish summer camp, where there was actually a little sign that someone made that said, "Glitter is the devil's tool." At a Jewish summer camp. I was surprised it never got taken down.
All right. The couch has... Oh, yeah, I saw the couch attack 2 people. Let's see.
Yay! Couch attacks.
Of course.
Couch attacks.
Of course.
And then he said, found a new word.
Well, I'm going to have to keep... Every time you spam it, Great One, I just want you to know, every time you spam it, I up the amount of time that it takes to refresh. So if you want it to eventually get to a point where you can only do it like a couple times per stream, that's what we're going to get to.
Good boy. Good couch.
Ow.
He did not do anything. You're dreaming.
No. He was busy biting. He was busy biting and eating up our tickets for Spider-Man.
Why were they in your hand?
I love this. Any chance you guys will be reacting to Star Wars Theories Day at Reese's? Letting everyone check it out. We kind of already did.
Yeah.
Put it this way. You'll find out. You'll find out if we get the super chat. You'll find out exactly what happened and why we haven't reacted to it publicly that way. Because, well, we don't really have to.
We just need 15 more people. Come on, give us your money.
Okay, fine. We're doing the money thing, and then we're getting on with the next topic. Okay?
Yay!
That's the stuffings out of those ugly old piggybacks of yours! Come on, kids, give me all your money. It's for a good cause. Me! Come on.
It's hilarious because how many people of you have sat through a work meeting how important it is to be passionate about the job? Somehow Disney fails to hold their people up to retail standards. Any standards, I would say, honestly. All right. I think we're ready for our first topic. And boy, do I have a lot to say. Do you have your notes, honey?
Yeah, I have 2 pages of...
You just got garbled a bunch. What happened?
I don't know, but I have 2
You plugged in?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, now you're fine.
Okay, I have 2 pages of notes.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got GPS for $2. Shut up and take my money.
We won't get to the Futurama one unless we get to tier 2. So,
yes.
All right, let's get into this topic. We have a lot to say. We're first going to go into a kind of non-spoilers to give our opinions of the movie. And then we'll be going into spoilers, and you guys can either mute or come back afterwards when we remove the topic from the screen.
All right, let's begin.
Ready in 3, 2, 1, go! Spider-Man Brand New Day swung in with promise and pride.
A darker, stronger Peter forced to take life in stride.
But the ending lets a killer walk and murders accountability.
There is no power in this movie and no responsibility. Ugh. This movie was a disappointment.
Yeah, I have to say,
it was. I'm sorry, just outright disappointing.
And we will be getting into spoilers soon, but to give our general impressions of it, I really had high hopes for this movie. I liked what I was seeing in the trailers. I liked what they were setting up. It looked interesting. And you know what? There were problems with it, but in the beginning of the movie, for the first over half the movie, they got me.
Yeah.
And then
but yeah, for acts 1 and 2 were great. Like it felt like a proper Spider-Man movie. Act 3 is what was disappointing.
Yeah, and it honestly really hurt the movie for me. If I was going to give my rating on it, which I've already given online, I would give it, unfortunately, I have to give the movie a 6 out of 10. I want to give it a 7 out of 10, but I can't. It's a 6 out of 10 if I'm being nice.
No, I give it a 5. 5 out of 10. I cannot even give it a 6. That's how disappointed I was.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think the worst criticism I can give this movie is I don't ever want to see it again. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm very good to never ever watch this again. And I rarely will say this about a movie, especially when it comes to Spider-Man. I've rewatched like all the Spider-Mans, including the Andrew Garfield ones, which weren't that the second one was not very good. But even then, I would rather rewatch those. I will not rewatch this one ever again.
Nor will I. Yeah.
Disappointed me on so many levels.
Yeah. We finished it and the movie ended and we were just like,
that's it.
We felt nothing. We felt nothing in the third act except disappointment.
The MCU has a major problem, and it's exemplified a lot in how this movie ends versus how it begins. But with that in mind, we will be getting into spoiler territory. We're not going to do a play-by-play, but we have some notes taken down, and we're going to go through it and kind of give our take, and then reaffirm our opinions at the end. For those of you who do not want spoilers, we will give you a warning when spoilers are about to happen, and you will know to mute or come back when the image on screen is gone.
Yes. All right. So spoilers incoming in 3, 2, 1. Beep. Begin.
All right. So let's rip off the bandage right away. Okay. If you're still here at this point, you asked for it. Let's rip off the bandage away. The villain of the movie is Jean Grey.
Yep. And it's at first done really well. And then I mean, the way they portrayed her powers at the beginning was pretty cool.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that, honey.
But
We're gonna
then,
go, we're going to get to the notes. I just wanted to say that up front so when we start talking about it, people will understand, because I think that's important perspective going into it.
Yes.
Okay, let's go through the notes because there's a lot I liked about this movie. Okay?
I mean, I didn't
That's why it bothers me so much.
I mean, I didn't really start writing the notes until maybe 20 minutes in. But
because there wasn't much to write about. It was good.
I know.
But I will say, if you've seen the trailers and you've seen him fighting a lot of different villains or whatever, you don't get to see much of that in the movie. Unfortunately, it's more of a montage. For some reason, the suit is like nice looking, but it's like got like a built-in AI interface and very technologically advanced, which isn't really explained of how Peter has the money for that. But whatever.
Or resources.
And it's a shame because a lot of people's criticisms of the first couple ones was that he was basically Iron Boy. And I kind of hoped we would see it in a different direction. It wasn't bad by any means, but like it didn't take me out of it. But like I could understand why some people didn't like it.
Yeah, same. It felt like he wasn't really his own man any still.
Yeah.
All right. But the first instance we get of the villain is the fact that it's a body jumper.
So I really like how they portray this. At first, I was a little bit taken aback because I had an idea who the villain was going to be because it was kind of talked about widely everywhere. And yeah, it basically, I liked how they portrayed her powers by having her jump from body to body. It was an interesting way to portray it. And at first, as I said, it was a little bit jarring. But then once I got used to it, I found it was actually quite clever. And they did a good job with that, which I actually have to give them props for. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not something you really expect to see from a telepath. But yeah, it made us, for a moment, it actually made us think it was somebody else who was the villain.
I actually thought the villain was going to be Mr. Sinister. Or sorry, Mr. Negative. Sorry.
I mean, there was a point when we did think Sinister might be involved.
Yes, but I honestly thought if it wasn't going to be Jean Grey, it was going to be Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Not Mr. Sinister, Mr. Negative. Why do I keep saying Mr. Sinister? Darn.
Well, there was a point when we thought Sinister.
Yes, but I'm trying to say Mr. Negative. It's not Mr. Sinister. Go ahead.
Frank's introduction was great. I had a decent setup.
So, unfortunately, I really liked in the beginning of how the relationship between Frank and Peter was really good until the end where it wasn't.
Yeah, they ruined Frank at the end. Again.
They have him act out of character. We'll get to that.
Very. Yelena is in this movie as an exposition dump.
Okay, I'm going to go on a limb and say this, and this is going to get people mad at me. Yelena is a terrible character. I'm sorry. She is. She's a terrible character. Okay? And she brings absolutely nothing to this film. If you cut her scenes without even adding any new ones, you literally lose nothing. Like, I'm going to tell you how stupid this is. She's in a, spa, and that's her office, so she's naked, but you don't get to see anything, obviously, and she demands that Spider-Man strip and get in there, too, to be in her office, so she can check him for not having weapons. It's basically played off like a whole comedic little bit, and she gives him exposition that he doesn't need, okay? And then he goes to damage control, which is the main recurring plot point of the movie.
Yeah.
But you could cut both her scenes and they absolutely do nothing to the movie. There was zero reason for her to be there except look, it's a character. This is in the MCU. We want you to like this character. It's like, no, I don't like this character. Stop shoving her in my face.
Seriously, there was no need for her to be there, and that whole scene, if you reverse the roles, everyone would be just screaming sexual harassment.
It's okay when they do it, right?
Unfortunately. It's not how it should work.
I just hated those scenes. They were just boring.
And cringe. Absolutely cringe.
Yep.
Okay, and then it was and then we guessed who the other villain was immediately. When he just showed up conveniently?
Oh, yes. Spider-Man's trying to get into the movie centers around damage control, the place that picks up after heroes or whatever, and Spider-Man's trying to get in there to talk to them because the Mind Jumper's looking for something or the Mind Jumper, aka Jean, is looking for something in damage control. And when he tries to go in, they demand he take off his mask, and Spider-Man says he's not going to do it, and they all pull guns on him until the head honcho guy comes in, and as soon as he came in, I'm to save him from being shot. I'm like, he's the villain.
Yeah, it was that's too convenient. It's way too convenient for him to not be the bad guy, and it turns out we were right. He was a bad guy.
Yes, but I'm sorry, he's not the villain. He is a bad guy, not the villain. The real villain is the person who gets away scot-free.
Yes, that's true. We'll get to that. Do we want to talk about the confusion around VMAX? Or the fact that Peter stalks Ned?
Oh, yeah. So they do this montage where they show Peter fighting all these villains and whatever. And the thing that they don't make very clear, guys, is that this is actually supposed to be about 4 years since the end of No Way Home. And for 4 years, he spent his time watching the videos that Ned puts out and whatever, and seeing him and MJ progress to,
through school,
MIT. And it's kind of weird because like you'd think he moved on a little bit from there. I understand that they have Zendaya and Ned in the movie, and they want to do all that garbage. I get it, but like I would like to have seen him like kind of move on, like in another way. But it's just him burying himself in his work, and we see him like interact with a couple cool villains that you never get to see again, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah. But,
also, so can I say something that no one brought up, but I think it's important to bring up?
Yes.
So he's watching these things on Instagram, and if you watch a reel on Instagram, it lets people know who's watched it. So I'm really confused because at one point, even MJ says, "Who do you think he's even watching these?" And I'm just thinking, you would know if you looked.
Yeah, they treated it more like TikTok.
Whatever, it was weird.
Okay. So then Peter starts mutating because of emotional disturbances, and his spider DNA starts taking over his human DNA, kind of like the lizard.
Which was really cool, and I liked it. Unfortunately, it is a plot thread that is never addressed, never has a closed ending to it, which is really unfortunate.
At least not a proper closing.
Now, maybe they're planning to do something with it in the future, but like they do a big portion of the movie around this, and then it just kind of gets dropped at the end. He's just able to bond with it, and he's able to accept his evolution. But like we shown, his evolution's like very unstable and triggered by strong emotions, right? So it should be a problem, and suddenly it's just not.
Yeah, how convenient and contrived.
Right at the end when he needs it most.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. All right, and then when he is trying to get the hang of this mutation, because we know from the trailer he gets organic webbing, he makes some funny callbacks to Raimi Spider-Man, saying that Peter or Spidey 2 had organic webbing. How hard can it be?
And then he goes, "Go, Web!" like just like go away, Web, up a bit away.
He starts doing that to trying to get the webbing out and fails.
No, he then ends up falling. Now I was gonna say he ends up catching himself and falling on the floor. But that was such a missed opportunity because he's wearing like he ends up mutating, he ends up falling, and you could see him in the image there. He was falling, right? And he ends up falling and catching himself before he falls with the organic webbing, right? Before he gets the hang of them and whatever. And he lands on the floor pretty hard. And all I wanted him to do was go, "My back, my back." I wanted that so bad, and they didn't give it to me. And I'm like, I would have made that scene so much better.
That was a missed opportunity. That was such a missed opportunity. Okay, and then Peter goes, instead of going to Daredevil to learn about how to deal with heightened senses, he goes to Mark Ruffalo.
Which are part of his mutation.
Yes. He goes to university to speak with Dr. Banner.
Yay, we get to see Mark Ruffalo.
Except, we didn't hate him this time.
Look, I don't like Mark Ruffalo. I hate how he talks online. He's a terrible person. He doesn't end up treating people nicely. But you know what? He wasn't terrible in this film.
No, he was actually his role was actually pretty decent.
I do find it funny that he's trying to teach a class and all of them just want to ask him questions about Avengers.
Oh, and one of them... Wait. And one of the students actually asked a very valid question.
They asked... Go ahead.
If Thanos wanted to help the fix the population issue, why didn't he just make more food?
And then Professor Banner's brilliant answer is to point at one of the students who's green with black hair and say, "What's the answer?" The student goes, "Hulk smash!" And that's the answer.
And everyone cheered. But it was a very valid question. Why didn't Thanos just make more food instead of wiping out half the universe?
It's a good question. Well, I guess we'll never know.
Especially because in this version of Thanos is not trying to literally
appease death.
He's not trying to impress death in this version. Even though the line from the end scene of the first Avengers movie was to challenge them is to court death, and then he smiles. Because I thought that was a reference to him courting Lady Death. But it wasn't, it turns out. He's just a psychopath. with no actual motivation.
Yeah.
Anyway, they talk about how to inhibit powers.
Yes, and this is one of the biggest plot issues in this film. Peter's trying to inhibit only the things he doesn't like about his evolution, right? But by doing so, he ends up creating a universal inhibitor, a device that just turns off superpowers for anybody. Which
he and Banner did discuss in theoreticals.
Yes, but the problem with this is you've now created, Marvel, you don't seem to realize what you've done. You've now introduced an item that can literally turn off people's powers. And now my biggest question for you is this. Spider-Man, he's going to save the city, right? Against supervillains. So why doesn't he, instead of shooting web, why doesn't he just shoot inhibitors onto his enemies to prevent them from using their powers? Huh?
Also, it's a great way to introduce inhibitor collars on mutants, isn't it?
Yes, but it really bugs me because it looks like it's so easy for him to make, and it's like, okay, like if you had shown me a little bit more time, like it took harder, maybe he needed like Bruce's help, that's one thing.
Yeah,
but
they only show him doing one test run of the device.
Yeah, and it just works, and it bugs me because it's like, oh, it just turns off everybody's powers, just like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Would be a real shame if some bad guy got a hold of them and just fired them onto Thor, or I wonder if Dr. Doom will get a whole bunch of them. No, he'll get a whole bunch of them.
Thor is a god. Would it even work on him?
No, but he'll get a whole bunch of them, and he'll just have his Doom bots deploy them, and then the Avengers will lose. The end.
Or his Thors, or his army of Thors, because he's going to create Battle World.
We'll get to that.
All right, then we have a chase scene between Peter and the mind-jumping villain.
Which was great.
It was brilliant.
Absolutely great.
That was the highlight of the movie, honestly.
Except there's a big issue that is caused by this. But later on, which we'll get to.
No, should we just say it now? Because...
we did
just discuss how the universal inhibitor makes no sense.
Yes.
This. And then
Jean Grey ends up basically jumping around different people. That's what the whole thing about this film. And at one point, she jumps into a guy, talks to Peter, and then has the guy jump into the street in time to get hit by a car, which I'm assuming kills him because it looks like it would kill him. But then later on, we're told that Jean is not a murderer, even though she's murdered people.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
She has literally made people jump off of buildings.
Exactly. If it's not murderer, she's attempted murder at very least.
Or at least manslaughter. So basically, she's just set up as evil.
Yeah. So Jean is way too evil. She is way too evil in this film, and that is the biggest problem with her character. They want us later on to feel bad for her,
and
I just don't.
We didn't.
I just don't feel bad for her.
We literally felt nothing. We felt no sympathy for her whatsoever.
It's like, oh no, you had bad things happen? Oh well, I guess that means I can literally shoot myself into other people and possess them and make them do things without consent, and that's just fine because I'm a woman and I can get away with it.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of reminds me of Wonder Woman 1984.
If it was a man doing it, if it was young Charles Xavier running around jumping into people and talking through women and making them jump into the street, there would be articles from the Mary Sue going, "How dare they abuse man mind rape?"
Yeah, that's literally what she was doing.
Yes, literally. We'll get to why this is so terrible.
Yes, but one thing that she completely underestimated about herself was trying to use that power on the Hulk.
Well, we haven't gotten to that yet.
That is the next note.
Oh.
We get an actual Hulk.
Later on, after figuring out who Peter is and whatever, she ends up deciding to use her powers on Dr. Banner to take control of him, as unfortunately we don't get regular Hulk right away. We instead get Dr. Hulk.
Professor Hulk. Because
Professor Hulk,
it's
Dr.
still-
Hulk, who cares? They
it's still
suck.
Because it's still a tame Hulk in comparison to actual Hulk. But
And then
we're talking
at-
about
for-
the Hulk, an entity that cannot be controlled. I remember there was a plot point once where even Loki tried controlling the Hulk and failed. And
but
Loki
my
is a
favorite
god.
My favorite part is when Mark Ruffalo's just like shrugging off stuff as the Hulk, and then suddenly it clutches his head, and you can see Jean's having trouble, and suddenly he's back to being Banner again. But wait, there's a problem. She broke something, says Bruce. I can't stop him. And he transforms into regular Hulk. And Peter goes, Dr. Brown. He goes, no Banner, no girl, only Hulk.
And that
And
is
I'm
when
like,
we get
yay!
Yes, because we finally get a proper Hulk who actually does a thunderclap.
Yes, he actually does a thunderclap, which is cool. But then he's basically just gone after a little small fight with Punisher and Peter fighting him. And then he just, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very short.
It's okay, though, because guess what? Jean Grey takes over the Punisher and uses him to try to break into a vault, but it's too late. Peter comes swooping in and gets his inhibitor on her back, and it just works. Jean's power, no work. All
This
turn off.
universal inhibitor that she made, which she tried to put on Hulk, and it failed because his skin was too thick.
Yes, but I find it interesting. So, you know what's also funny? Because this is a Sony movie, and because they're technically not allowed to, they're not allowed to call Jean Grey a mutant. So we're just assuming that whatever that is able to turn off mutant genes, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, Spider-Man is a hybrid, not a mutant. There is a difference.
Yeah, he just made a universal inhibitor that just turns off all powers just for no reason. You don't have to know the person. You don't have to make it that it does that. It just does it.
Yeah. How did he even know it would work?
He didn't.
Exactly.
The plot needed it to happen.
Okay, and then we get more of Yelena later on for
Again.
more exposition dumping.
Oh my god. Once again, Yelena does not need to be in this movie. You can literally cut her out. He realizes that the guy who's in charge of damage control is lying to him. So instead of just going to damage control to confront him, he instead has a Zoom Skype call with Yelena. I know Skype is dead, but so should the character be. Yelena should also be dead in this movie. I don't want her.
Yes.
Point being, she has a Skype thing so we can have a weird moment with Ned going, "Hi, I'm Ned. I'm a big fan. Hi."
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, we forgot to mention that, again, we're not doing a play-by-play, but an important part also was that at one point, what's her name? Jean Grey takes control of a guy and whatever, goes through Peter's apartment and finds the note to MJ, and so Peter has to go get MJ because he's going to be in danger, but then Jean Grey actually took over MJ and pretends to remember Peter.
Yes, that was the body jumping chase scene.
Yes, at the end of the chase scene, he gets MJ. He's like, they're all safe, and MJ's like, I feel like I'm remembering whatever. Long story short, it's actually Jean Grey, and after they kiss or whatever, she goes, "Hold her, Parker. Do you enjoy it?" Whatever. So it was kind of a cold twist. And again, I do think Sadie Sink does a good job playing Jean. The problem is I don't like the character of Jean in this movie.
Yeah, same. Okay. So we just discussed how it's not a good Jean Grey, and we also discussed how we do not feel bad for Jean.
So what ends up happening is it turns out that Jean has been looking for what's called VMAX, right? But it turns out that Damage Control abducted her sister Sarah, and Jean found out where to find her because apparently Sarah sent out a giant psychic pulse or whatever at some point. And when Jean's taken by Damage Control and given an inhibitor that she still has from Spider-Man, and they're trying to use it to test to see if they can replicate her abilities, she looks up and sees a vent. And the vent is labeled VMAX because part of the vent label is removed. And it makes Jean realize that Sarah, her sister, died in this room, which makes Jean go absolutely insane. And literally she unlocks telekinesis and puts everybody in a 1 kilometer radius stuck in stasis. Honey, your mic is dead. I can't hear you. Honey, you're muted. You there? I cannot hear you. Your mic is completely dead. You there? Oh, okay. She's changing mics. Jean Grey has sabotaged Raven's mic from the movie. Just want you to know it's all Jean Grey's fault. We had nothing to do with it. It was all Jean Grey's fault. Jean Grey reached through this. She was so mad that we don't like her character that she used her mental powers to destroy Raven's mic. Shame. Boo! We don't like you, Jean.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Woo!
Hold on.
I guess your thing just finally shorted out, huh?
Yeah. Guess we have to get a new thing. Give me a second.
Yeah,
to get
we'll order the same one that I have. We'll order another one.
Give me a to get this pop filter set.
Okay, honey. Please confirm for me one very important thing. This was totally because of Jean Grey using her mental abilities to telekinetically affect your mic through our review, right?
Probably.
Confirm or deny?
I can do neither, but I will confirm. Okay.
We have no choice, guys. We'll get a new one.
All right. Can you all hear me now?
I know the quality's not as good. We have no choice. It literally broke in the middle, and we will get a new. I have a new one for me, and we were using it because Ravens was still working the interface, and it's clearly not working anymore. So we will do whatever we can.
I even tried unplugging and replugging the GoXLR.
Yeah, it completely died, which is fair considering it's not supported anymore. We'll get a new one. If you'd like to donate money for the interface fund, please feel free.
Oh, now I'm not the one begging for money.
Nope. Where were we? Before Jean Grey rudely reached through our review and sabotaged your mic. What a terrible, terrible character. Shame. Everybody at Jean Grey, even though there's probably no one named Jean Grey in the comments, at Jean Grey and tell her we hate her.
Okay. The next thing that happens is Peter trying to calm Jean Grey down using the words, "You're not a killer."
Yes. So Jean finds out her sister's dead and she goes crazy and keeps everybody in stasis. So Peter's got to go save the day. And he embraces his evolution to do so. And he breaks in and he gets to Jean and he's like, "Jean, you're not a killer. We're just going to conveniently forget the guy that, you made jump into the street and all the people you're holding mentally in stasis." Yes, it's literally a repeat of WandaVision. It is literally a repeat of that. They'll never know what you did for them. We just mentally mind controlled them and made them do what you wanted.
Yes, that is where the Disney influence started creeping in. And that is when it started, and that is when it went bad. That is what started the disappointment.
You're not a killer, Jean. And then, wait. Now that Jean's stronger, she uses her mental powers to go into Spider-Man's mind, and she's confronted with a
memory of MJ talking to him about change.
No, not MJ. A vision of
Aunt May.
Aunt May talking to him,
about him. Sometimes having to be alone, but he doesn't need to be alone, and
it just conveniently works because Jean just knows this person, and it means so much to her to have random head person talk to her.
It was established that she and her sister were given up by their parents because they couldn't handle kids with powers, and so she gets sad seeing a relative accept Peter for his powers.
Yes. Long story short, she suddenly decides to I don't know. She suddenly decides to not be a psychopath, but it's too late because Frank's been watching this whole time. And even though he's got a scope and can clearly see that Peter has the situation handled, he fires a bullet.
He snipes.
He snipes, but Peter senses it coming. So what does he do? He takes the bullet for Jean. Ah! I've been hit.
And then
Jean's like, no. And then, wait, but Peter's not going to die. Do you want to know why? Because Jean Grey breathes for him.
She uses her powers to keep him alive, which I am pretty sure is not how it's supposed to work.
You think I'm joking? It's not. And as he's hurt, he says, they're going to come for you. You should go. And all I'm thinking is, you literally just talked to a vision of your aunt, where she said, with great power comes great responsibility. And you're basically saying, hey, Jean, you did all this stuff. Run away before people come for you. What about all the people she's harmed?
Yeah. Conveniently forgotten about.
I don't care that Jean's lost her sister. I don't care. What I think is annoying is this whole movie's message is it's okay to ask for help. Fine. But the core value of Spider-Man is with great power comes great responsibility. And the biggest problem is this movie forgot it.
Yes. That's what part of what was so disappointing. It made the ending so anticlimactic and stupid.
And the problem is with this is that, as I said, if Peter had said, hey, Jean, they're going to come for you, you should turn yourself in. And instead of Frank crying and taking Peter into the hospital because big bad Frank hit Peter and Frank's
regrets
sad.
that because he forgot Peter has super senses and reflexes and would have taken the bullet because Peter's just that kind of guy. Even if it's a villain. Even if it's a villain about to get shot, Peter would take the bullet because he values life.
The biggest problem with this scene is also it shows that Frank has a scope. And if Frank had a scope, he would see that she was like hugging him and crying. If I was Frank and I looked at that, I'd be like, oh, okay, he's got it handled.
No, they were only crying in the vision in his mind.
Yes, but it was very clear that she was not attacking him.
Yeah.
But long story short, if Jean had carried him into the hospital and turned herself in, and then you could have had an end credit scene with a guy in a wheelchair rolling up and saying, hey, my name is Charles Xavier. You could have set up a lot.
I'd like to tell you about my school for gifted youngsters.
Instead, Jean Grey gets away with zero repercussions. You heard me correct. She keeps Spider-Man alive and gets away scot-free. There's no search for her. Nobody cares what she did. She's mind controlled a bunch of humans and made them do a bunch of stuff, but it's okay because she's a woman. If it was a man, it would be bad, but if it's a woman, it's okay. And she gets away without any repercussions for her actions. But Spider-Man is now in the hospital, and they had to cut through his suit to save his life. But Frank has an idea to get him out because everybody is all outside holding vigil for Spider-Man with like, we love you, Spidey, whatever. And Frank puts on Spider-Man's mask and goes to the window and starts making strange poses and waving and going, "Urgh, urgh," so he can distract people so Spider-Man can get away.
Yeah, so Peter can just blend in with the crowd. That was also very cringe.
And then it's okay though. At the end, right? He learned nothing. MJ doesn't remember him, which, by the way, at a certain point, MJ finds the note and finds out who he actually is, but says like she doesn't remember him anymore, and that the girl that she was would have loved him.
Yeah, but she can't love him because she doesn't know him.
Yes, but long story short, at the end, he's at this other place and he sees Ned. So he goes over to Ned and introduces himself, and then does his handshake with Ned, and Ned just somehow remembers to do it because muscle memory, and goes, Peter. And Peter. And then it cuts. So basically they're implying that they're all starting to remember. And then we get the end credit scene that is that sets up something that is so unbelievably terrible.
Let me give the context.
Okay, go ahead.
For context, in the movie, it is established that Ned created an app called Spidey Tracker, which tracks Spider-Man's location. And the end credit scene is literally just the tracker locating Spider-Man. But it slowly zooms. It shows first it starts in New York, then zooms out and out and out
says,
until it's just
Spider-Man
planet
not
Earth.
found. Spider-Man not found.
Until
Spider-Man
it
not
reaches
found.
until it reaches a point in outer space.
And then it goes, Spider-Man found. And it's showing that there's some kind of planet off of Earth, right? That's what it is. And it basically sets up what they're doing with Doomsday. Because if you guys don't know, spoilers for anybody who even cares about this anymore, literally what ends up happening is Doctor Doom ends up winning and destroying the multiverse and creating what's called Battle World, which is a combination of all the different parts of all the different universes. So basically what it's implying is that Spider-Man is going to be part of Battle World.
Yeah. I guess Battle World.
And that's the movie.
Yeah, that's it. That's everything. More or less.
So the real villain gets away without any repercussions. And yes, the movie does a great job. Tom Holland is great. I actually didn't mind Zendaya and Ned and whatever. I thought they were pretty good. But
everything was good. Everything was good until Act 3.
Now, there were problems. There were problems with the movie, but everything was still getting me hooked till the end. And the biggest problem with this movie is they've done a really good job establishing that it's okay to ask for help. And you can, even if you're a superhero.
Yeah.
But the problem which makes me hate this movie, which makes me give it a 6 out of 10, is the core value of Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Jean Grey takes no responsibility for what she's done and takes no accountability. And Peter does not try to get her to either.
Absolutely none.
So literally, in other words, the core value of Spider-Man is it just ignored for the sake of Jean Grey. If Peter had at least tried to get her to turn herself in and then Jean Grey ran away, that'd be one thing. But he literally tells her, you need to go. They're going to come get you. So literally, the whole part of this movie that makes me upset is that it was a really good movie. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. There were parts that were a problem, but I was hooked. I was still enjoying it until the third act when they literally threw it all out the window and they completely ignored the core value of Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. And because of that, I cannot give this movie a higher rating. I want to. I do. I think the beginning parts of the movie, as I said, there are problems. I really want to give it a higher rating. I can't. You cannot ignore that. Just because, quote unquote, we didn't see anybody die does not give her the thing. They're doing the same thing they did with WandaVision. It's not okay to have characters control people against their will, but it's okay because nobody dies. I don't care if nobody died. She needs to take responsibility for what she's done. And what bothers me also is he just becomes one with his evolution, which was unstable, and now it's just fine, and we don't have a conclusion for that.
Yeah. Oh, and we completely forgot about Scorpion.
Yes, because Scorpion was in it for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, and so that's why we also don't understand why everyone else is giving it such raving reviews. Why does everyone love this so much?
I understand there's some really good fight scenes. There's some really good acting. And I even think Sadie Sink does a good job as Jean Grey. The problem is she's not good as Jean Grey. And there's more in this movie, like there's the hand that's working for damage control, but they're like a blink and you'll miss it moment in the movie. And as I said, we weren't giving a play for play. But honestly, I'm disappointed in how this movie ended. It took a movie that was, for me, pretty decent and ruined it at the end because it forgot what made Spider-Man Spider-Man. And that's what bothered me the most, is that there were some great scenes, there was great stuff, but no one takes accountability because God forbid a woman in the MCU take accountability. But it's okay, guys. Battle World's coming. Aren't you excited? No.
No.
Jinx. And as I said, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10, and that's being generous.
I can't even give it that. I give it a 5.
honestly, I'm going to say this. I cannot and will not watch this again.
No.
I won't.
I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't do it either.
I
can't. Honey, you know me. I usually give movies higher ratings than you. I'm now for once giving a rating lower than yours. That's how bad this was for me.
Because I really like Spider-Man, and I thought Tom Holland absolutely killed it as the character in this one. I really wanted the movie to stick the landing, and it just didn't stick the landing for me.
No.
And because it doesn't stick the landing, I can acknowledge there was a good movie in here somewhere.
There was.
But it got lost because they needed to make it so that
it got lost in the third act. The third act was a completely different script.
Honestly, they're setting up a bunch of stuff, and that's great for them. I really don't care.
And that's pretty much all we have to say about it. It was good until it wasn't.
Yep. I'm going to remove... Should I leave this up until we go through messages, or what should I do?
Well, you said that the spoilers would be over when it was gone, so might as well remove it.
But if I remove it and someone has a spoiler message...
Good point. Then I have no idea.
Accountability and women do not go together.
Well, let's at least give our closing sentence if we're going to make this an individual.
Yes, but if you enjoyed this or didn't or whatever, you're here to the end of it, make sure to come watch us live every Sunday at 7 p.m.
We promise you. Yes, we promise you will not regret it. Though we did regret watching this.
I did, and I wish I didn't.
Same.
You need no Ned and MJ. You need to add Happy Gwen over the real MJ. I don't even care. Like, that's the thing. I didn't think they were terrible in this. It was just bad. What's Battle World? It's when Doctor Doom basically wins the multiverse and destroys the entire universe, but saves parts of them and then stitches them all together into one giant world called Battle World. So we have all the different universes.
Yeah, in which he is the ruler and commands an army of Thors. And by army of Thors, I mean different characters that have the powers and Hammer of Thor.
I honestly think
Gamora is among those Thors.
My confusion is, didn't they say they were only going to have Robert Downey Jr. for like one thing?
Maybe?
So he's not going to be in charge in Battle World? I don't know.
I have no
Corporate
idea.
ninjas, and they made it lame. Yep.
Yep.
They'll never figure out what you sacrificed. Yep, they did that. Just passing by to refill water. Have fun with the stream, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and chat. Be excellent, and go to sleep.
Go to sleep!
Multiverse sucked in the comic, even more so in the movies. True.
I'm grabbing a snack. I'm hungry.
Because woman, yes. It still sounds better than the Odyssey. That's a low bar. Battle World, that's the best they can come up with? Yes. Yes, that is the best they can come up with. This implies Doctor Strange's powers in No Way Home was flimsy and used for shock value. Correct. They turned one of the most serious character into comic relief. True. The monkey noises were too silly. Yes, Frank going ooh, 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 while holding a mask, while wearing the mask, looking out the window is dumb. I can imagine the heroes all know each other. The secret identity thing is kind of bad, but Punisher has never been a villain, mainly because I love the character. Fair. We wouldn't get the scene where Frank carries him like the comic. True.
Well, actually, they did. It was Frank who carried him into the hospital.
No, they're saying if it would have been Jean instead, we wouldn't have gotten that scene, so they needed it. Unless you're a woman, which gets consequences for other people. We see her possess hundreds of people for the film. Just imagine how many inspiring experiences you see that didn't affect her in any way. Yes, interesting. I'm sure all the people that she saw. No, but it's better. None of them remember it, except it's still her entering their minds without consent.
Yeah. Emphasis on
My
the no
interpretation
consent.
of that was his brain was dead and she kept it going. That was a bit confusing. I don't care. She gets to leave. If Peter had said, hey, Jean, they're coming for you. You need to turn yourself in. And she kept him breathing and then ran away with that and then didn't take accountability. That would be one thing. The thing is, Peter says to her, they're coming for you. You need to leave. He is encouraging her to not take responsibility for her behavior. And that is Spider-Man's core value. With great power comes great responsibility. And he's telling this person who just harmed a bunch of people, don't take responsibility, run away.
Pretty much.
And that's what hurt the movie for me. Jean Grey is Cortana now? Yes. Dark Couch Rising. You're not a killer, Jean. Yes, I am. Look at that guy. Random guy head explodes. See? You're not a killer, Anakin. Please put down the Youngling Slayer 9000. They'll never know what you sacrificed for them 2.0. Guys, the couch is being taken over by the Phoenix First. Hurry, look at the rise of the Dark Couch. What do you mean? Oh, goodness. That looks awful.
The couch got a lot of pings. Or are we talking about something in memes of streams?
Oh, God, no. That looks awful. Ugh, ugh.
I'm guessing it's memes of streams.
Apparently, the guy she killed wasn't people. Yep. Blame G. Destroy microphone. Wait. Donate to Gothic Therapy or G. Gray will kidnap the couch. Imagine if Jean tore off a mask and it was Agatha all along. Would so be less lame. It was Agatha all along. It's like Mojo World, I guess. No, it's weirder.
What's Mojo World?
It's a mutant thing. Will there be Black Thor be there by Odin's Fade? Yes, actually. Unfortunately. 616 World plus Ultimate Universe equals Battle World. Okay. No. You see the guy she threw in front of the taxi was only minutes away from a cancer death. True. Clearly, we just didn't know. Why did they use Jean Grey for this instead of another X-Men villain who always acts like this? Here's an idea. Mr. Negative.
Because it was established that Peter was the only one who could sense
can you
the
not
body.
eat with your mouth full? Can you not speak with your mouth full, please?
My bad. Because it was established early on that Peter was the only one who could sense the mind jumps and who was being controlled by the mind jumps. And was also the only person that the mind jumper couldn't jump into because he literally pushed her out.
I will say seeing Savage Hulk was nice, right? And literally at the end, seeing Professor Banner, Mark Ruffalo being taken off going, did I hurt anybody? Did anybody get hurt? Did anybody get hurt? And then they were talking about him on the news and saying, like, if he's lost it. And I'm like, yeah, he has his politics. Okay, I'm removing for people who don't want to know spoilers.
Give me just a second to finish my snack and then we can get
Fake
to
Wizard heard it was originally supposed to be someone else setting up Jean. Well, I don't know who Fake Wizard sources are, so I take that with a grain of salt. I have heard the opposite, actually. I have heard the opposite, actually. I have heard that originally there were rumors about it being him being the villain actually being Mr. Negative, but they replaced it for Jean. However, those have been not confirmed. So I have heard the opposite. I have heard it was always planned to be Jean, as they always planned to make her part of the universe.
Yeah.
People making the Wanda comparisons are fair. Wanda should be in jail for years. True.
Or life.
Hopefully Jean is on the lam and not just allowed to roam free. Oh, no. Again, I don't even care.
Do you remember that image of her inside a bus? That was her at the end of the movie.
The problem is, okay, again, I want to make very clear. I don't have a problem with Jean being on the run from the law. I have a problem with Peter just taking a bullet for her. And instead of saying, hey, Jean, take responsibility for your actions, because with great power comes great responsibility, he tells her to run away. Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility, just had a heart-to-heart with her, a mind-to-mind, whatever you want to call it. And instead of saying, hey, Jean, I'm here for you, but you need to take accountability for what you've done, he says, run away so you don't have to take accountability for what you've done. So it's great power with no responsibility.
Yep. And that's part of what ruined the movie.
That's what killed it for me, is that was not okay.
No.
We have some super chats.
Yes. G.S. Wolfwood for 2. Seems like any Spider-Man media with a day is cursed.
No Way Home was different. I guess. Oh yeah, because Brand New Day was also in the comics. Yes.
Vowels No Vowels for $10. Thank you. Rant Stupidity. I once worked somewhere that I had a work email account for 2 months before anyone told me. When I opened it, my first email explained how I now had a work email account. Interesting.
Okay, interesting.
Cesario JPN for 10. Peter can afford an apartment that size in New York City on a freelancer photographer salary. Then again, when New York City is destroyed by metahumans on a near constant basis, rent control probably isn't a thing.
It's okay, though. We don't actually see him being a news reporter or anything.
We don't see him doing any actual work.
It would have been really nice to get J. Simmons back to do... Been funny to see Peter working for basically InfoWars.
Yeah. Captain JPS for 2. Totally for the new Mike Fund. Jay Schultz for 2. 4. Jay Schultz for 2. The. For 2. Sound. Fund. Or plushies.
You have more. Hold on.
And Proctophile for 2. Much appreciation. Jay Schultz. Skyfire for 5. Plushies for Master and waffles for... What? I'm sorry.
You messed it up.
No.
Somebody clip that or meme that because that was funny. Plushie
for waffles Raven.
Someone meme plushies for Master and waffles for Raven.
Okay, we gotta have to move on to next topics.
Yes. Plushies for Raven and waffles for Master. G.S. Wolfwood for 2. I miss when villains actually got punished. I miss when villains were just straight up evil.
I miss when villains weren't misunderstood. They were just evil. Yeah, as you said, just evil. Can we just get that? Or better idea, they were controlled by, like, here's a good example. Dr. Octopus in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Like, he is evil, but he's being controlled, and at the end he takes accountability for his behavior. You know, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. And Crouching Taylor Hidden Swift for 2. Goal. And for another 2, yes! Which means we hit the super chat goal.
Did we?
We did. But
Waffle
plushies. I also read underneath that, apparently we have a Pepsi seller.
We do not. Pepsi
no,
is
Pepsi
vile.
Pepsi is gross. We abhor Pepsi in this asylum.
The chemicals in the water are turning the friggin' spiders gay! Do you understand that? Spider-Man is a menace, and it's turning the water gay!
All right. What were we going to do next, right? Next topic?
Yeah, next topic.
All right. Here we go. More Marvel stuff, but this time we get to make fun of them. Woohoo!
Yay!
Marvel's Blade movie is canceled. Staked straight through the heart.
They had Mahershala as Blade and could not wait to start.
Announced in 2019, then waylaid by bad scripts.
This one movie, Marvel.
Nope.
This is one movie Marvel should have left inside the crypt.
So
yes, they should have.
The movie that would have made them a bunch of money, that was an easy slam dunk for them to make, well, they didn't not only did not make it, they completely fumbled the entire thing. And guess what? Here's the crazy part, guys. We actually know why.
Mahershala Ali has confirmed that he is no longer playing Blade and and pretty much put all of the blame on Marvel.
Yeah, so I'm going to read what he says here. He actually said, we have a quote from him here. It says the following. I've been doing this professionally for pushing 30 years now. And one thing I've learned is that for you and thing I've learned is that what is for you and what is not, Ali said in the new interview. For whatever reason, that project is not for me. If they wanted to do it, we would have done it. So I have to move on again. You had me under contract. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we would have done the movie. So we're not doing the movie. But I feel ready to move on from the Blade questions. Those questions are for them. They didn't want to do it, so they should answer that question.
Yep. And isn't he suing them because he refused a bunch of roles being offered to him during those 5 years because he was focused on doing Blade, which never happened?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I will say I do actually have some insider information on this, which we'll get to. But before we do, there's a couple other things to bring up, correct?
I believe so. We all know that the project went through multiple scripts, multiple directors. Ollie even trained for over a year learning sword work and stunts to be a proper vampire hunter with a katana, which sounds so bad.
Props. Got to give him props for that.
Uh-huh. And then even Kevin Feige called himself a gigantic loser and failure for not getting this movie done. And you know what? He's absolutely right. He is a gigantic loser and failure.
Yep, Kevin Feige is a gigantic failure. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. I know some people who know people. And so take this with a grain of salt. There was a script that was out there for the Blade movie that was people have quote unquote debunked. Except I can tell you with certainty that it was 100% accurate. There was a script out there about Blade, basically about a Blade movie involving his daughter, basically upstaging him and him being like a background character in his own movie. Now, people have said that this was never confirmed or whatever. I can tell you from somebody, I know somebody who was working on it, and they have confirmed to me that script was indeed a thing.
Unfortunately. Thank God it never went through.
You heard me correctly. In other words, they were trying to make it into a girl boss movie, and it didn't work. And they kept trying because their writers are stupid, and eventually it got nowhere. This was the easiest movie to make. Now, I'm going to say right here, I think that Wesley Snipes' Blade, there's no reason to ever have another one. Okay? But
there's only ever been one Blade, and there's only ever going to be one Blade.
Yes.
Oh, how right he was.
And I'm telling you that not only was that right, I think that's how it should be. That said, Mahershala Ali is a good actor. He did train for the role. He could have, if they had made a movie that was a paint-by-numbers Blade movie, like nothing crazy, him taking down vampires and looking cool, it would have made bank. You can't tell me it wouldn't have.
It absolutely would have, especially if they had recreated the blood rave scene.
Yeah, but instead, we're not getting any of it because Marvel fumbled it. And you know what's funny? They keep announcing all these projects, and they keep getting thrown in the garbage. Anybody remember Armor Wars? No?
Yes. You can't really have Iron Wars without Iron Man.
Armor Wars, not Iron Wars.
You can't have Armor Wars without Iron Man.
You said Iron Wars.
I did, because I was thinking of Iron Man / Ironheart, because they're using they want Ironheart to be the face of Armor Wars. But as Master has told me multiple times, you can't have Armor Wars without Tony Stark.
they were going to make Ironheart the face. I can tell you, again, I know people, they were going to make Ironheart the face of the Armor Wars. And after Ironheart's show came out, which, by the way, I know for a fact, again, I have contacts. I know for a fact that Ironheart was canned and not put on purpose because they knew it was going to be bad. And after it came out and it did even worse than they expected it to do, they decided that Armor Wars could never be a thing because Ironheart cannot carry that movie. And because they had already made Rhodey into a Skrull, they didn't care anymore. So they've not done that. But if you look online, there are a bunch of people that basically are talking about
about
online,
how much
Marvel's racist.
Yes, because they've also canceled the Wonder Man show, which unfortunately also came out around Master's birthday. He was not happy about that.
We'll get to that later on. But yeah, so we're not getting a Blade movie. Kevin Feige is a super duper idiot. There's only one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade. Props to Mahershala for putting in the work. I hope he gets his money, and I hope he gets his, he gets like something for it.
Yeah, and props to him for holding out this long, waiting for this movie to happen. I probably would have been gone after a year. The fact that he lasted, 5, 6, 7?
It was announced in 2019, honey.
So 7 years.
God, it's so terrible. They did him dirty. I'm sorry. Whether you want another Blade or not, they did him dirty, and they deserve to have repercussions for that. And they look like a clown show. And you know what? Here's the reality. If you ask anybody, you know one thing that's very true. Marvel was always a clown show, especially when it's in the MCU. But you know what isn't a clown show? Our show. And you can come watch it every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific.
We promise you won't regret it.
Or you will, but you won't be able to leave anyways. Mwahaha! Ever play blackjack? Always bet on Blade. They didn't call Marvel racist when Falcon became Captain Bashti for a skin cup. Only works one way for them. No, they're mad. They're saying that Marvel's racist because they only cancel black things.
Yeah.
Iron Fart. I despise that character with
in
all
so
of
many
my
ways.
heart.
Oh
with
my god.
all of my heart, I despise that character.
Even Tony himself despises her in the comics.
Literally, in the beginning of her show, she starts taking a crap on him. I might just watch the Wesley Snipes Blade movie after this. Good idea.
Maybe we should too.
I definitely heard that they got a lot of feedback to stop trying to place all the male heroes. Yes, but people were saying, no, that script wasn't real. It was just a rumor. I can tell you with full authority, again, take my word for it, obviously. Take it with a grain of salt. But I know somebody very, 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 reputable who's involved with it, who has seen the scripts and said it did 100% exist.
You're welcome.
This is the Blade thing. Yep. Lady Blades.
Hi, Puffer.
Puffer's letting us know we should probably move on from topics. Screech.
Screech.
Blade finished his story with Blade Trinity. The only bad thing about that movie is Ryan Reynolds. Fair. Raven's brain is malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-oh, we got a couch attack.
Couch attack! I love that animation.
Me too. I wish he didn't have the X eyes, but otherwise I like him.
Yeah. He looks better without X eyes.
No one ever wanted to see anyone but Snipes' Blade, but at the same time, they did it right. Another Blade would have been accepted. So I can respect you for putting the work and walking away. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that it would have made money. It's just like, no, we can't have Blade. We need to have him upstaged by his daughter for reasons unknown.
Yeah. I didn't even know Blade had a daughter.
It's like a one-off comic that no one cares about.
Exactly. I never knew he had a daughter.
I don't think we're gonna hit the goal. Wait, what level Snuggle Vest was that? I only have a level 3.
We have levels to our snuggle vests?
I didn't know that. I guess there's ones that give you more intense hugs. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're ready to move on to our third topic. We might not hit the super chat. We hit the super chat goal, right?
We did.
We might not hit the tier 1, but that's okay. Or tier 2, but that's okay.
How far are we from tier 1 out of curiosity? Does anyone
Probably
know?
pretty far. But let's go into our third topic, and then we have a cool topic for our exposure therapy. Ready, honey?
Yes. Go.
Jumanji is back with one final new tale.
As the video game escapes on a real-world scale.
A tribute to the old while embracing the new.
Not a masterpiece, but something entertaining to do. One thing that I really like about these Jumanji movies is that they actually pay homage to the original Jumanji movie, when they have the first reboot movie actually showing the hut that Alan Parrish lived in when he was stuck in the jungle for 20 years.
I'm going to say something.
I loved that. I also really loved when the board game turned into a video game, when the kid said, who the heck plays video games anymore? Or plays board games anymore, I should say. And it turned itself into a video game so it could be part of the new generation and trap kids in games. I liked that too.
I'm gonna say something that's controversial. I kind of like these movies.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty sure we saw the second one. I'm pretty sure we saw the second one of these together.
Yeah, I like these. Honestly, look, there's a lot of stupid movies out there that don't need to be made. I do think these don't need to be made. Okay, but as far as what they go, this is not a bad one. I've kind of enjoyed them.
Yeah, same. Like I said, I really like that they actually, it's not a full-blown reboot, but actually is connected to the original movie. Because most reboots generally don't do that. I like that this is actually a sequel to the original Jumanji.
Okay, but there's a lot.
And on top of that, it's entertaining as hell.
It's fun, I would say. It's a fun movie that you can turn your brain off and watch. But, honey, there's a lot of stuff to bring in, right?
Yes, there is. It is the third and final movie of the Dwayne "Rock" Johnson-led film series. And this time...
Did you say it any more robotic?
No. This time, the video game characters escape into the real world instead of the opposite, which is what usually happens.
That's why it's called Jumanji Open World.
Because the game is coming into reality, and the avatars that they usually play as arrive in what's in, quote, demo mode, which causes them to malfunction and behave like their, base selves, while jungle animals wreak havoc on the town.
I have to say something, though, and I'm going to bring this up, and you'll have to forgive me for stealing this, but I want to bring this up because I got to say something, guys. There's something about this movie that I think most people don't know. Okay?
Go for it. Go for it.
That I think is important.
Go.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is actually wearing a pair of dice around his neck. Now, you might not necessarily recognize those dice, and I wouldn't expect you to. But those dice are actually the original dice from the 1995 Jumanji with Robin Williams. And he's wearing them as a tribute to Robin Williams.
That is awesome.
He has said that in interviews. And you know what? I'm not a huge fan of The Rock. I think he's done some stupid things.
But this is really nice of him to do. I really like it. It's basically a way to include Robin Williams in the final Jumanji movie.
Yeah, and look, again, these are not masterpieces. They're not like, oh my God, the most amazing. But they're a fun, cute little family movie that you can watch without worrying about it. And let's be honest, Disney doesn't give us any good options these days either. So this is kind of fun. and it's not that bad. And I honestly, again, when I read about that and I was looking up for stuff for this, when I read about that he was wearing those dice, I was kind of like, wow, that's actually like really touching.
Yeah. So basically the plot is they have to reverse the reverse game and get the Spencer and the other real world people have to figure out how to send the avatars back into the game. I would assume they also have to figure out how to send the animals back into the game.
Honestly, when I watched the trailer for this, it reminded me of May at the Museum.
It did!
And you know what's funny? Robin Williams was in that too.
He was. He played Teddy
Did we ever find out what happened? Wasn't Disney supposed to make some continuation of Night at the Museum with the kid, but
With
like in like
yes.
stop? It looked like a
It
point and
looked like
click
a-
adventure game.
It looked like a very, very childish very badly drawn point and click adventure. Yes. I don't know if that ever went forward. I don't think that ever went forward. Are you looking it up?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking it up.
I'm curious.
I don't think it ever went forward. We never heard about it again.
Wait, okay. Yes, it was released.
It was?
It was released. Okay. It is a movie. There was a continuation movie that is called Night at the Museum, Kamen Ra Rises Again. And it's a animated movie following Oh, no, you didn't.
Read it aloud so everyone else can know.
Oh, God, they have Robin Williams' character in it.
Honey, please read
And
it.
I'm so
Honey,
mad. I'm so mad.
Darling, please read what you have found and actually describe it so everyone else can know what's going on.
I'm looking at.
Yes, words. Words exist.
I'm looking
You can't
at
tell
a trailer for it, and it looks awful. Holy crap! What is this garbage?
Well, certainly not the topic we're supposed to be discussing.
I know, but I'm angry now. Ew, ew, what is this? Oh, God. Oh, no, kill it with fire. What is this?
Master has witnessed man-made horrors beyond our comprehension.
What in the frick is this? No, it's so bad.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Why did they make his son look fat and ugly? Why?
It off. Honey?
Why does Robin Williams' character look? Oh my God, he looks so. Oh God,
darling.
What is this?
Turn it off.
What is this?
Turn it off.
No,
honey. Would you like to use that for our exposure therapy instead?
We're doing a double exposure therapy. Detour, Gothic therapy, Detour.
Oh, God. Can we get back to Jumanji now?
No. We're watching this garbage. Okay, we'll finish up Jumanji. We're watching this.
Okay, we're going to finish off Jumanji now?
Yes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting and stuff. And, yeah, come watch us on Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And it's cool and stuff. And we're good. Okay, Jumanji's gone.
That felt like a very anticlimactic ending.
That's
for
okay.
that video.
That's okay.
Are you going to include that breakdown, that mental breakdown in the final product?
I don't know if I will even make it into an individual video, but you need to see this, honey. Okay? This is insulting. I am insulted that this exists.
I thought it never went forward.
Gothic therapy detour. We need a detour thing.
Detours! No?
Roads? Yes. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gothic therapy detour.
I guess that works. Detours!
Okay, here is the trailer for Night at the Museum, Kamen Ra Rises Again, that released 3 years ago, and literally no one has talked about it. But honestly, this is probably some of the worst thing I've ever seen. We're gonna have to pause a bunch. This is a continuation of the original Night at the Museum. I kid you not. And the main character is his son.
Holy cow! Look.
Yep. This is his son. This is his son.
That's him?
This is his son.
No, that looks like some random guy.
Nope, it's his son.
Holy cow! Look at this place. The acoustics are amazing. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Robin
God.
Williams, what have they done to you?
They've done him dirty is what they've done.
Ah! I'm awake!
What is this?
Garbage?
What is this? Who thought this was something good? What is this?
So he just left his keys and flashlight and the door
2
unlocked?
minutes and 2 seconds.
Gonna press play? Master? Honey? Don't leave me alone with the bad information! I don't have control over the stream!
God, this is so awful.
That's a new record, everyone.
What is this? Emperor's New Groove?
Yes. Might as well be.
What is this? What is this?
Crap.
What is this?
It's crap.
The heck?
It's crap.
Exclusively on Disney Plus, The Trash Can.
You gotta stop scaring
That's the son.
That's the son?
Yes.
the new guys off. I'm leaving for
Or that's Larry.
I don't know who that is. He looks like Elmo.
the summer, and I need someone to replace me.
If only there were a fine young...
Okay, that's the son. Can we stop now?
No. What is this?
Crap.
Gentleman with your last name.
Why do you guys keep insisting that I hire my son?
Is that supposed to be... What's her face?
Sacagawea? Yes.
Sacagawea. What did they do to her? They make her Sacagawea.
It's Wea.
What is wrong with her face?
You're right. They did fatify her face.
They're Sacagawea.
What's the secret of this place?
A night guard? I'll just mess it up.
When have...
What is this?
I have no idea.
Why is his hair clipping through his beard? Who okayed this?
What's with their noses?
you ever messed anything up?
That's not how chopsticks work.
Don't kiss her!
That is not how chopsticks work!
What is this? And no, we're not moving on. I had to watch it, so you're suffering with me.
Everybody!
Night guard!
Since when can the Neanderthals speak?
Since when did the Neanderthals? Sorry. They don't look male. They look like they look like males trying to be females.
Ouch.
Sorry.
Yeah!
That's supposed to be the Easter Island head!
What the hell is that? Make it go away! What is this?
It's horrible!
He looks like Elmo fused to the rock. We don't.
No, yes, that's what I was just about to say. They look like those are
We
rocks
don't have toes.
If no one knows what you're referencing, honey, but I do, and that's exactly what I was going to say it looked like.
Want me to unwrap it for you?
That's supposed to be Octavius? What's with his nose? Why
Octavius.
do they have such bad
Octavius.
noses? Why do they have such bad noses?
That won't be necessary, Nicholas. I am a master swordsman.
Okay.
What is this?
Press play. Lame!
What is this, Disney? What did you do?
No wonder
Maybe
no
you
one
could
talks
just rip
about
the
this.
corner a little. Just one more thing. Don't forget to lock the basement.
That's never been mentioned before. What's in the basement? Besides the things that they don't actually put on display.
The basement?
Like first object. Don't tell me that's Frankenstein. Is that Frankenstein?
Common Raw.
Oh no, this is bad. This is very, 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 very...
I know Dexter's whole thing is slapping people, but
Look at that face. Look at his hands. I'm sorry. If someone told me this was AI generated, I'd believe them.
I would too. Maybe it was, who for all we know. Again, this was what, 3 years ago?
Kamun Ra!
He looks like the Pharaoh from Prince of Egypt.
He does. You're playing with the big boys now.
No, I was talking the one
playing
played by.
with
No. I was talking about the one played by Patrick Stewart, not Ramses the Second.
How do you remember all these?
I have good movie memory.
Have returned.
What?
The basement is where everything that doesn't get displayed is kept.
Yes,
And
but
look,
what is all this?
One of them is a gargoyle from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Rule the world.
Lame. Also, where's his tunic? Where's his tunic?
Why did we do this? Who saw this and said, yes, green light?
I guess that's why they
Which is going to have to wait a sec because my foot's asleep.
I guess that's why it's only on Disney Plus. I wonder if it's still there.
Get ready? No, thanks.
Does anyone want to check if it's still on Disney Plus?
Meet Seth,
You
the
mean
god of chaos.
Set.
Huh?
And that looks nothing like a god. The head is wrong.
What in the world is this?
Apparently, it's supposed to be Set, the god of chaos, but his head is wrong.
Does this actually exist?
Unfortunately, apparently it does.
Hey, shouldn't you have a scarier name? Like, okay.
Can we stop now?
No, we're almost done.
Seth works. Grab my hand. That's your hand. Oh.
Crazy night.
Should be smooth sailing from here.
And it's gonna say at the museum.
You threw off the Emperor's groove.
That was actually funny.
I made the trailer better. You're welcome.
Looks like this place is booby trapped.
Get me out of here!
Huh?
He's saying,
Get me out of here, please, is how we say it like a big boy.
What?
I'm just.
What is this garbage? Disney, what did you think you were doing with this?
Stupid kid who's in way over his head.
Is that
Wait,
supposed to be
who's
Joan
the
of Arc?
knight?
I think
Is that
it's Joan
who's
of
the
Arc.
knight?
I
Is
think
that
it's Joan of Arc. I'm going to get. I'm
Wait,
going to
that
assume,
snake is gone. What did they do to him?
but I'm going to assume that knight is Joan of Arc because it looks like a woman.
When I was 18, I led the French army to victory over.
Called it!
Joan of Arc.
I called
my
it. It's
God,
Joan of Arc.
what
It's
is
Joan
this?
of Arc. It's Joan of Arc. I called it. I said it was Joan of Arc, and it's Joan of Arc. I called it.
The English.
And I was only 14 when I led the Lewis and Clark expedition.
And
14 with a baby on her back.
Law discovered fire when he was 11.
Is he gonna say fire bad?
Fire burn.
Fire burn, and then Joan of Arc's face because she got burned on the stick.
I know the feeling.
This came out 3 years ago, guys, and no one talked about it. And you want to know why?
Probably because nobody
Because
watched
it's crap!
Nobody watched it, clearly. Aren't we the only people who actually reported that it was going to be a thing?
Yes, and now we've watched the trailer. You're welcome. Extra Gothic. We need to make like a Gothic therapy detour thing in case like it's like Gothic therapy detours.
Like a bonus episode. God.
We have something now. We have...
What?
The Discord.
I see.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop crying.
Yes, please do not die of laughter.
Okay. How about we go to the exposure therapy after reading this super chat?
You mean the real exposure therapy? Yes, please. I need to scrub my brain. Thank you.
My brain feels very clean.
Frogdefile for $5. Welcome to the pit of despair, everyone. This is but a taste of my day-to-day life. You live a very, very disturbing life, sir.
I'm sorry. Hey, guys, think about it this way. You realize this exists, and suddenly Spider-Man Brand New Day is suddenly better. In comparison, it definitely is not that.
Yeah, I mean, at least this made us laugh.
God help us. There's an explosion of content in this trash in the next couple days. We all know who to blame. Guys, you should do a show. I'm going to make this into a video. We're going to make it into a video. Be like, well, apparently this came out. We reviewed the trailer, and now we hate it.
Yeah.
Fire bad. Tree pretty. The Cauldron bubble. I haven't watched ABZ in a while, but it has to be better than this.
Yeah.
This is so bad. Tumblr art. Joan of Arc is blonde now. Oh, Master, I guess they are plating with the big boys now. I went back in time before you bribed the architect and bribed him first. Wrong lever. So Atomic Cartoons worked on this film. The crew that created Atomic Betty. I have no idea what that is.
No clue.
We have Discord at home set. It has a generic Nick Cage feel. It's a bit late, I think, for the movie's popularity.
What popularity? No one knew this was even happening except us. And then we forgot about it.
I'll be honest, never seen it in museum movies. We're all dumber now. Kamon Ra is a sly talking maniac in the source material rather than a generic cartoon villain. Well,
They made a bunch
never
of
heard of Atomic Betty? Me neither.
Neither have I.
Okay, well, we got actual exposure therapy for aside from that detour. Aren't you excited for this? I'm sure it's not as bad. Well, guys, you might know about a lot of things, but we got exposure therapy. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Alrighty, so you guys may know that Wonder Man, the show, was renewed for a season 2, and then it was canceled. Well, the showrunner, Andrew Guest, has come out and explained what happened, and we're going to listen and react to what he has to say, because apparently, because of all these cancellations, Marvel is now racist.
Yeah, and no one is talking about your compilation on the comments.
Nope, because my post completely died.
Hmm.
It's okay, though. Here we go.
Just want to say I've been listening. I appreciate you all. I feel how you all feel, and I just want to clear up.
What's with this sad music? It's just a TV show, dude.
People have no lives.
What I can here. This is not a marketing stunt. There is no movie in the works, and Destin's schedule and no one's schedule was an issue. Yaya, Destin, Sir Ben, and I all loved making this show.
Sad music. It's a funeral, guys. Oh no, we don't get our second season of our Disney Plus slop. Please cry.
All felt passionately about continuing to do it, and were eager to. Contracts were signed, schedules were cleared. The writer's room was supposed to start this month. The production was supposed to begin early next year.
Nobody cares.
Is it me or does he look like a soy boy?
He does. Hey, buddy, might want to shave.
And lay off the soy.
Me, I am clean shaven. See, I am clean.
And you're very handsome.
Yes, especially in my peasant hat.
There was a decision made internally between Disney and Marvel.
What is with the sad music? Like, dude, it's a TV
he's
show.
Trying to garner sympathy.
Disney Plus slop won't be more of Disney. Wah!
He's trying to portray that he's sad about it, and I honestly don't care.
That this didn't make sense for them, even though a few months ago it did.
It didn't make sense for them because no one watched it.
And that's essentially all I really know.
So you made a TikTok to say, I'm sad, but I have no more information for you.
Lame.
Numbers aren't really shared with me. And even though the writer's room hadn't started, I had written the first episode of season.
Aw, that's good for you. No one cares.
Season 2. And we had an outline for where the season would go. And
in the garbage is where it went.
In the garbage, in the garbage.
It went down the U-bend where your career went. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was too far. That was too far. Look, I'm sure the guy's good, like, fine, but, like, it's just a Disney Plus show, dude. You don't need the sad music.
Everyone felt really good about it. It was going to be a really incredible season that hopefully surpassed season 1.
That would not be a hard bar to pass.
I appreciate everybody getting out there and letting your voices be heard about how you feel about this.
And saying that Marvel is racist because they only cancel black stuff, except for all the things that weren't black that they canceled, but we're going to ignore those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's important conversations being had online about the kind of stories that we're prioritizing. And
so you're endorsing the people saying that Marvel is racist.
Got it.
Okay, dude. Hate to break it to you, bud. You're white and you're making a show about a black person. I don't think you have the experience for that. I'm demanding you be canceled now.
Oh,
I'm using your own logic against you. Sorry.
Just watch how they start doing that.
Kind of shows platforms want to make.
Platforms want to make shows that make money. If your show did not make money, that's why it didn't continue. Whether you care about it or not, or the skin color does not matter. It is about the money that it makes. And people did not watch it. I actually heard from a lot of people who I trust that this show was not bad. Okay? But no one watched it. And I'm going to tell you, having fake Mandarin in here and having him be the Mandarin again in this showed just how much we were robbed from Iron Man 3. And because instead of getting the Mandarin, we got Trevor. And this is what we got from it. We could have gotten a really good Mandarin and you took that away from us, all of you. I'll never forgive you for that.
Instead, we got the Shang-Chi Mandarin, who's basically just an orange.
He's the master of the 10 hula hoops.
Ugh. All I know is that this getting canceled is the reparations for them releasing it by your birthday.
Yeah.
Hope people are listening.
we're not listening to you.
And I also hope that Emmy voters are thinking about Yaya, how much he deserves an Emmy.
Who's Yaya?
I think one of the main characters. Here's what I'm going to say. Okay. Let's say he deserves an Emmy. Explain to me why I should care about him. I'm waiting. You spent this entire time saying how you think people are valid and you don't know any more reasons. Maybe you should have used the opportunity to explain what your show was about and why it was important. And instead, it's about, please give the main character an Emmy, please.
For the incredible work he did on the show.
No.
Yeah, no. Is it over yet?
You know what I have to say to that?
What?
This is my response. You know what the Oscar voters are going to say? They're going to say this.
No.
Yep.
Money, please.
Votes, please.
We didn't even get to tier 1 tonight. Oh, well.
Yep. At least we get to tell a story.
Okay, well, that's pretty much it. Let's get to the poll, and then the diagnosis, then the story, and then memes, and we'll be good.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Has everybody
Where is
voted?
the poll?
Has everyone voted?
There better be at least 100 votes. Or we're going to have some problems. 105 votes. We all may survive. Punch the like button to clock into the night shift. Will you go see Spider-Man Brand New Day? And leading with 35% is Marvel has work to do, followed by 26% say yes, it's a brand new day. 23% say no, MCU Spider-Man isn't for me, and 16% say redacted female villain sucks.
I voted on the last one.
Alrighty. Well, now it's time for the diagnosis.
Finally.
There aren't 100 likes. You guys need to fix that. Guys, the master of ceremonies demands it.
What do you think of this? You like it?
Obey
like
the
the
master
stream.
of
Tell
ceremonies.
YouTube we exist, please.
Obey the master of ceremonies.
Do it now.
Do it now. Do it now.
Do it. Strike it down with all your hatred.
And your journey to the asylum will be complete.
Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey to the asylum side will be complete.
That was a good Palpatine.
Do it, Lord Vader.
Nope. Okay, well, time for the diagnosis. Maybe we'll hit tier 1. I don't think we're going to hit it, but we'll get to the tier. Get to tell the story at least. All right, ready?
Go. And now it is time for the diagnosis of the week.
Where we take events from the week and relate them to a mental illness.
Because Hollywood is full of them, and you should be aware.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for you this week.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is status quo bias.
Please explain.
Status quo bias is a recognized cognitive bias in which individuals or organizations prefer the current state of affairs and resist meaningful change. Familiarity feels safer than disruption, so decision makers preserve established systems, delay difficult choices, or repeat proven formulas even when the evidence suggests a new direction is needed. The result can be creative stagnation disguised as sustainability.
In relation to today's topic...
disguised as stability. Sorry.
In relation to today's topics, with Spider-Man Brand New Day, status quo bias is exemplified by a movie that appears ready to let Peter Parker grow, suffer, and face a more complicated form of responsibility, only for the ending to retreat into franchise protection. Consequences are softened, accountability is abandoned, and a dangerous character is preserved for the future. The movie promises change, then crawls back into the safety of the MCU status quo.
With Marvel's Blade, status quo bias is exemplified by Marvel keeping Blade trapped in development for 7 years rather than making a decisive creative change or admitting the project was dead. Directors left, scripts failed, and Mahershala Ali waited, yet the studio continued preserving the appearance of progress. Nothing moved forward because canceling it or completely rebuilding it would have required an actual decision.
And with Jumanji Open World, status quo bias is exemplified in its safest form by returning to the same cast, comedic dynamics, and reliable franchise formula for one final adventure. Even the new real-world premise reverses the previous films without fundamentally reinventing them. It may still be entertaining, but the goal is comfort and familiarity, not taking the last chapter anywhere dangerous or truly new.
And that's why I feel this is a great diagnosis for this week.
Indeed. Even if we didn't really get to discuss Jumanji in depth.
We did.
Oh, it didn't feel like it. That's all.
We went over pretty much everything. We have nothing else to say.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. And it got completely derailed by...
And then we got a Gothic therapy detour.
Detours!
I'm going to get that. I'm going to literally get the detour.
Well, they're not using it, so why not us?
Actually, they're releasing some of it. But okay, we got a story to tell before we get into memes.
Yes! So, we hit the super chat goal. We will now tell you guys how we met Star Wars Theory this past Monday. And the reason is we went to the Vader premiere.
Yes, we went to the Vader episode 2 premiere. Now, I'll tell you guys some backstory. So you guys may remember when Star Wars Explained went after Star Wars Theory. I was very involved with that because I made a bunch of compilations of people wishing death upon Star Wars Theory and whatever. And at that point, Star Wars Theory ended up following me on X, or Twitter, what it was at the time. And it was nice, and we ended up talking a little bit, and then he ended up giving me his Discord, and we ended up talking there every once in a while. We were just kind of back and forth once in a while when there's a topic or something that came out. So when I saw that his review was going to be, his premiere was going to be somewhere not that far from us, it's going to be on a day that we could get to, I messaged him and said, hey, not that far from us. And he actually responded and said, oh, you guys should come. I'd love to see you. So we went.
At first, we didn't think we were going to get in because the line was so long. I mean, I don't know how we weren't expecting the line to be literally around the corner. Like it was a literally around the block kind of line. But yeah, we did because there were multiple showings. And so we ended up, I think, at the second showing. And it was.
We ended up watching it. It was great.
It was really, really good.
It was really well done.
Very. It's up on the channel now. If anyone wants to watch it, I seriously recommend that you do because it actually felt like watching real Star Wars.
Yes, but I wanted. The reason I went is I wanted to meet Star Wars Theory, and I wanted him to meet me in person because he already knew about me. So I went over to go shake his hand, but he had to run. So he didn't recognize me, which was fine. But as we were leaving, my wife noticed somebody.
I saw someone who looked very familiar, and I said, "Are you Anna?" And it was Anna, that Star Wars girl.
And what's funny is he went over, and Anna's been talking to us on and off for a while. We've been actually trying to
arrange. We've been trying to arrange to do a live stream between our channels that hasn't been able to go forward because of behind the scenes in real life for things going on,
and also because her DMs on stuff are like broken. But as soon as she saw us standing together, she said, "Oh, you guys aren't cartoons."
Which meant she immediately knew who we were, which was awesome.
And long story short, not only were we able to stalk with her, but between showings, Star Wars Theory would chill with them. And we got to actually have one-on-one time with Anna, Angry Badger, another person I forget the name of, and Star Wars Theory.
Yeah, and the only reason you actually ended up talking with Star Wars Theory at length was because I nudged you to go say hi.
Well, otherwise, yes, but I was already...
Yes, but otherwise you never would have, because you felt like...
I would have gone over. I was going to go over.
No, you wouldn't have, because he was in the middle of talking with Anna, and you would have felt like you were interrupting them.
No, I would have gone. I was going to go. But long story short, I went to talk to him, and he still didn't know who I was until I showed him our Discord conversation, and as soon as he figured out who I was, he gave me a hug, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was.
And we ended up staying there late and just talking with him and Anna, whatever. It was really nice. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, literally, we just ended up talking in between the showings for we stayed like an hour longer than we wanted to, just talking with Anna, Badger, Star Wars Theory, and it was great. It was really great.
And Anna gave me her contact information so we can talk, though she's really busy with stuff. But it was really nice. It was nice, honestly. You know what it is for me? It was really nice to not just be recognized, but to get respect, because these were talking like people who had huge channels, and ours is like tiny. So we were expecting to kind of be like, I was like, at one point, I'm like, if we're crashing your vibe, like we could leave. And they're like, no. And so they literally let us hang out with them.
Yeah, and Star Wars Theory even said, I like you guys.
It was really nice.
Because we were just our natural selves, as we always are. People always seem to forget that how we behave online is literally the same as how we behave in real life. We are never any different in our personalities and banter.
And just in case anybody wants to know, I know we said we're going to be at the Vegas Be Up this Thursday, and you notice we're in the dark ages right now, so you might be like, what gives? Well, we found a temporary time rift that lets us go back home, but it's temporary, and then we have to come back.
Very temporary. It's only going to last the one night.
It's totally convenient and not at all something like a MacGuffin at all. But yeah, so that's the reason we actually got to meet Star Wars Theory and Anna in person. And, we already had met Badger in person, but it was really nice. We got to have like one-on-one time with them, and it was just really nice. It was really, really enjoyable. And it was nice to be treated like,
people.
No, look, a lot of people, especially in these communities, and I'm not pointing fingers or whatever, but a lot of these YouTube spaces become very cliquey, and it's very difficult to make friends or to kind of be involved with people. But literally, it was nice to be given respect and to be recognized and kind of brought in. And, we were tiny. We were much smaller than they were, and they were treating us like normal people. It was just really nice. It was just really nice. I really enjoyed it.
It was nice because our channel is so much smaller compared to theirs. And they were just, it was just like, just being a normal conversation. There was normal conversations. And I even got to tell Star Wars Theory that I felt like watching his Vader thing felt like watching real Star Wars. He appreciated that.
Yep, but that's the story. That's how we met Star Wars Theory and Anna. And maybe one day we'll stream with Anna. Probably not with Star Wars Theory. I know he's very busy.
Yeah, but we have been trying for quite a while to arrange a stream with Anna, that Star Wars girl. I really, really hope it ends up going through.
Well, Anna's a bit busy right now, preoccupied with a number of things.
And so are we, as you know.
Yes, which was funny.
Because we both know.
I think didn't Star Wars Theory suggest that they were talking to each other telepathically or something?
Yeah, probably, because
that was quite funny.
Yeah. Let's just say we're both showing. Wolf Cult has been a member for 15 months. Thank you. Finally got the tail end of a live stream.
You're just in time for memes.
Yes, you are just in time for the memes. Not that you're going to have any context for the memes. Still, memes.
Clicky as in tactile? Sure.
Clicky as in cliques. Like,
you should try to meet Orbital Bacon. He does a stream about retro commercials and cartoons. He's more of basically a caustic zoomer version of Razor Fist. Very funny. I only know Razor Fist vaguely. I do know Orbital Bacon, though. I think he follows me.
Bacon isn't kosher, though. How can
you call yourselves tiny, but that's only because of your schedule, since you have actual jobs / lives. You're much bigger in the overall scheme of career space than you realize. Really? I don't think so.
Yeah, we're hardly ever talked about anymore. We're only ever talked about when we have an investigation or expose.
Which, by the way, no one covered what we found late recently, which is fine. I'm really cool with that. Hey, the reloaded stuff did over, I think, 6,000 views. I'm good with that. All right, we time for memes, guys. It's meme time.
Memes.
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 New the new version of my Gothic ambulance with the kick-ass couple. And there's the puffer ornament.
And why is Master in jeans?
Because it's Jean Grey.
They are gray jeans. Honey, they're gray jeans.
So it's Jean Grey.
Also, I like that dress. I like that dress on me. That's
also,
nice
why
dress.
is it parked? How do we get it out?
I don't know. It's like in it's like in CIS. The question of how he got the boat out of the basement is never answered.
Apparently, in a Spider-Man movie, responsibility. Yep. Uh-oh. What is this?
What's this? Me with flour. Because I mentioned I know how it...
Wait. What is that first frame?
I have no clue.
That's what's weird. I want to know what this was.
I don't know. Skyfire, can you explain?
What is the first one? Toei made the superior Spider-Man. Yeah. Anakin has left the chat. Uh-oh.
Craziest villain I ever fought was a Sith Lord named Count Dooku. Whoa, Anakin, that's intense. Craziest villain I ever fought was like the Sandman, but you know... There's a fucking Sandman?!
Because he hates sand.
I like that.
There's too many people. I have a dossier of solutions. I don't want solutions. I want to murder half the universe. That's true.
Yeah, that's literally what they turned him into.
All right, team. This new Blade movie won't get off the ground. Any ideas? Let's add in unfunny quips. Let's make a convoluted, boring story. How about we just make an original movie? Nope.
Puffer agrees.
Oh, God. The couch is being overtaken by the Phoenix Force.
Get away from our couch! You evil woman!
Dr. Couchenstein. We do not feel bad for Jean Grey. Mute yourself.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's so good.
That's good.
Mute yourself.
Puffer likes it too.
Both. Rainbow plushies.
Ah! Get it!
Better.
Ah! Those are cute plushies. I like those plushies.
Plushies for best. They're all awful plushies.
Plushies for Master and waffles for Raven. How did I saying that?
Okay, what is this? Yes, another hedgehog.
With power comes great responsibility. Woo! That's great, MJ. Ow!
Peter, what's wrong with you?
Nothing. Woo! Go, Web! Come on, Web! Ah! Peter! What do I do? Destroy Spider-Bun! Nothing will stop me.
We'll always be friends.
Choose wisely, Spider-Bun. Not yet! Sorry, my bad. Parker, you're fired. Now get to work. I quit.
We're glad you're back.
Take that! And that! Spider-Bun.
Peter?
Somehow I always knew. Here, Tiger.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Gothic therapy detour. But it gets better because now we're both in the snuggle vest.
I like us both being in the snuggle vest, honestly. I like that version better.
The good one pushes her man just a little bit. Why do I have blue eyes?
Yeah, they reversed our eyes. My eyes are blue, his eyes are brown.
Eyes!
Also,
my eyes!
My hair is suddenly red. I am not a redhead.
My eyes! My eyes! I think we're good.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's all the memes. Unless there are more that people want to share.
Nope, it's okay. Well, guys, we're not going to be live next week. We're going to be away. But if any of you are going to be in Vegas this Thursday, we will be there, most likely. I say most likely because we haven't nailed it down perfectly, but we're probably going to be there.
We have tickets to the event, but we're going to.
And we have a plan in place, and we're just finalizing some of the stuff. Don't worry. We're planning to be there, barring any unforeseen circumstances. But if you're going to be there, we will probably be there too.
Yes. So maybe we'll see you there. Maybe we'll recognize you. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll recognize us. Maybe you won't. We'll see.
Give me one more diversity clip. Fine.
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you, though.
I told you it was a good idea.
Okay. Well, but we're going to be taking a vacation next week, but we'll be back for the last week of the Dark Ages, and then we're going to see if we can get back home.
We're going back to the future!
To the future!
You gotta come back with me! Back where? Back to the future!
Great Scott!
Did I say it right?
Yep, but know what we have to do now, honey?
What?
Since you're new here, I'm gonna cut you a break. Today. So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
I did not know you still had that one.
We gotta take like a tree and get out of here.
So remember, when the industry falls into parody,
you can always come to us for some Gothic therapy.
Happy nightmares!
TikTok, the stream ends with midnight chimes. Pixelated therapy, cross digital lines. Hit subscribe for the void to make sense. Comment your woes, a form of recompense. Like the shadows merge in the twilight's haze. Our channel's a refuge, a weird therapy maze. Can't pay a shrink, we got you fam. Laughs and guidance in this goth jam. Like the video break, the algorithm style, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace with humor as a cure. Own the night with our ghastly delight. Vendor of laughs in the negative light. Darker than your overcooked roast. Sub to the channel that you love the most. Bell tolls, it's the end time fair. But your issues, leave them right there. Strings of crypt, bury your dread. Return tomorrow for the undead.
I think it was Dostoevsky who said, "Later,